Hello and thanks for joining us again. I'm Mont Marte Joe and today we are going to be painting this ferocious white pointer. So let's get into it. So with today's project we will first be putting down a few acrylic glazes, then we'll be painting our shark in oil paints. Initially we have to draw up our shark, and basically if you can see it's just a football shape with two triangular fins off either side, so it's relatively easy. We've provided a downloadable PDF for your reference. Incidentally, this is a really good introduction to oil painting too.
Draw the outline in lightly so you can just see it, and so it can be erased easily.
So if you want to get it precise, you can take your reference photo and just measure it and then upsize it, and just use your tape measure just to get each point. Our shark is now drawn in pencil. The next step is to go over that pencil in black acrylic paint. The reason we are going to do that is because we will be glazing over the top of it and we don't want to lose our drawing. To apply our black acrylic 100ml Silver Series paint, we will be using an oil colour brush set. We will also be using the Easy Clean palette because I find this is really good with oil paint as well. So I'm using the number 4 to do my line work on here. And I've just put a little bit of water in with the acrylic paint just to make it run nicer.
So go over all your pencil lines. You don't have to be too neat as the black won't show through when the painting is finished.
Once you're happy with your outline, let that dry and we'll put the background on. For our glaze, we're going to use some ultramarine blue and some cerulean blue, and we're going to use a acrylic gloss medium, and that basically thins out the paint and it makes it a little bit translucent and makes it run a lot nicer. I'm going to mix them up in these two vessels here, which is actually a brush washer that pulls apart. It's a really handy, easy to clean vessel to use, mix your paint in. So let's mix this up.
Mix both blues from 1 part paint and 3 parts gloss medium, and give it a good mix. Using the 75mm Taklon brush, apply the paint using curved strokes from edge to edge. Don't stop the stroke in the middle of the canvas though. If you cannot see your black lines, mix in more gloss medium. Wet your brush in water to keep the paint flowing nicely. Leave 1/6 of the canvas free of cerulean. Flip the canvas upside down and apply the ultramarine. Blend the two blues together until you're happy with the transition.
Well, that's the first coat done. Let that dry and then we'll give it a second glaze. So turn it back around. And let's lay another translucent coat over the top.
Simply repeat the first step, painting the cerulean blue and then the ultramarine.
The second glaze is dry, time for the third and final glaze. And for this glaze, we make a very, very thin mixture of paint.
The final glaze consists of 9 parts gloss medium to 1 part paint.
So you can already see how much thinner this third and final glaze is and how it brings out that real gloss.
And repeat the process. This blend of colours really gives a sense of depth. You could just about dive in.
As I said before, the background is now finished, so it's time to put our oil paint on. And I'm going to be using the Mont Marte 12 pack for this. These things are fantastic. 12 colours, they've got a very good range, they're affordable, they're really good for a beginning artist or someone who might want to travel and want compact paint. I'm also using the Easy Clean palette So let's get some paint on.
The approximate colour mixes are specified on the Deadly White Pointer PDF file, available at montmarte.net.
Number 1 is pure ultramarine. Number 2 is viridian, phthalo and white. 3 is sap green, ultramarine and white. And black, white and crimson.
And just straight black and straight white. So we have the grey-green, the turquoise, a little pink for the gums, some white and dark grey on the underside.
Now if you do have trouble isolating your colours, use the age-old technique of squinting your eyes. You will find that it will block out any of the detail and will just get the block colours in the image. So I'm going to put each colour in now, leaving a small gap in between them for blending.
For the dark grey areas, I'm using the angle brush to get sharp edges. Here's a good artist tip. Keep the brush strokes flowing in the same direction on the plane you are painting. It gives the illusion of body.
Okay, on with number 2 now.
Remember to use a different brush for each colour.
Now add a little bit of green around his mouth here.
I'm using the number 8 filbert on the grey-green. Now apply the white. He's not called a white pointer for nothing. Place some ultramarine on the fin.
Well, all our block colours are on, so it's time to blend them together. And I'm using a Mont Marte Taklon 50mm brush for this. So you can see there that the colours are blending together really nicely. I'm getting a nice subtle blend. And the thing you don't want to happen is for the brush to get too contaminated. So make sure you wipe it quite regularly. Now I'm using the number 8 filbert for these little parts here. You could use this large brush, but I feel you get a little bit more control.
You can see how effortlessly the Mont Marte oils blend together. Now for his teeth, I'm simply using some more white.
I'm now going to put the black on.
Black shall add shape and contrast. Now add some eyes and the detail on the mouth.
The next thing we're going to do is we're going to paint a little bit of pink around the mouth.
This is simply 1 part white to 1 part scarlet.
You just want to put this on in sort of lines so you can see some of the colour underneath.
Use a number 8 round brush and black to suggest a few shapes of fish in the background. You will notice some fish shapes are lighter. This suggests they are in the distance. To do this, I have just added terps to thin the oil paint down.
Well, there you have it. Our deadly shark masterpiece is finished. I really hope that you enjoy this project. It's not the easiest project that we've done, but it's a really good introduction to Mont Marte oil paints. So until next time, keep on painting.